Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Wayang Crew podcast.
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
What's up? Yes, this is of course your weekly podcast where we talk about all things movies, especially all things, especially movies that are playing here in Brunei Darussalam.
Yes.
I'm your host once again, Kev, and I'm joined by my two buddies right here in our recording space. First up, we have Tibby.
Hello.
Hello, what's up?
Holiday. It was a long weekend. It's nice to catch some sleep.
For
All
you
right.
guys, I had work.
Okay.
Okay.
And our other panelist today is our guest from last week. He's back. It's John.
Woohoo! What's up, dudes? Hi.
He's
Sounds
more
to be-
prepared now.
Yes, I'm more prepared, and
Yeah.
yes, I just came back from work. So yeah, happy holidays to all of you.
But and to you too.
No, it's my day off today. So yeah.
Yeah, there you go. It's a holiday.
The holiday, one day, yay!
All right. If this is your first time listening into the podcast, this is, of course, the Wayang Crew, where we talk about all things movies. If you'd like to get in touch with us, there's many ways you can do so via our Gmail account, which is thewayangcrew@gmail.com. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. You can find us on TuneIn and iTunes as well. And, of course, all your favorite podcast apps out there. Now, we're going to start off our show with our weekly segment, which is the news. And we've got this bit of news. We talked about It 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all watched It, right?
Yep.
Okay, so apparently It will have a director's cut, which will include 15 minutes of additional footage.
Is it
Ooh.
including the part where she has, inside the sewer?
Like it doesn't say. It just says that it's 15 minutes of new footage. It's some things that we haven't seen. And going on that, there was a really, really disturbing Pennywise origin scene that was cut and was left out of the theatrical
wanna see
release.
that.
I would like to see that.
Yeah, because I don't know if the original TV series covered the origin of Pennywise, but then apparently in this 2017 reboot of It, there is a scene where it's as quote unquote really, really disturbing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I kind of want to check that out. What about you guys?
I would like to see
Yeah,
that.
because after watching It, I spent like 2 days researching how Pennywise was, there, created. Like, I haven't started listening to the audiobook,
Oh, okay.
but I haven't gotten that far yet.
Like at night?
While I'm driving up and down KB.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it good? Because if it is, I might just.
Instead of, the movie is much linear, but in the book, when they were kids, they're actually flashbacks.
Oh.
They're actually like an adult in the book. They're an adult, but
Flashing back to when they were kids.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. I might check it out or maybe get it off you. All right. We're going to jump
YouTube.
in. Oh, it's on YouTube.
Oh, okay,
All
okay.
We're going to jump into our regular segment within the news, which is always DC news and Marvel news. So we're going to start off with DC. Now, Warner Brothers is more director-driven, quote-unquote, than Marvel, says Nightwing's director.
Nightwing.
are you sure?
Yeah, apparently there's a Nightwing solo movie coming out, and
Nightwing is
Robin.
yeah, and the writer-director, whose name is Chris McKay, says that Warner Brothers is more director-driven, having a different approach when it comes to building its own shared cinematic universe based in the DC comics. What do you guys think of this bit of news? Like, we've got this guy saying that, Warner Brothers is more director-driven or director-oriented.
Well, they have like movies where directors have been come and gone even without being the end product yet. So I don't know when he meant Warner Brothers director driven.
Maybe it means that that Warner Brothers take their time and they pick directors over the story because it shows.
I don't know.
All right. Up next, David Ayer, who's a director for Suicide Squad, teases a Harley Quinn and Joker involvement with Suicide Squad 2. Well, yeah, there was a given, but I mean, at the end of Suicide Squad, the first movie, you had Harley Quinn back in lockup, and then Joker comes and rescues her, and then that's it. So maybe he's sort of saying that, oh, don't worry, they're not going to run off on their own adventures, they're gonna be back for Suicide Squad 2, which is scheduled for release in 2019.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
I don't know. It's something that I don't really care about now. like
Because every week we come back here and then I just pound you guys with DC news. Like, guess what happened this week?
It keeps on changing.
Yeah, going on that, Margot Robbie praises the Joker and Harley Quinn movie directors.
What?
Yeah, okay. So Margot Robbie has nothing but good things to say about Glenn Ficarra and John Requa, the creative team that is expected to write, direct, and produce the upcoming Joker and Harley Quinn film.
Of course, she needs the job. Of course, she has to say nice things.
Or if Del was here, he would say...
What else would she say?
All right. Next bit of DC news. Matthew Vaughn, who directed Kingsman, The Golden Circle, which is actually something we're talking about today. We're doing a review of Kingsman 2, The Golden Circle. We forgot to mention this in the intro. I think I was just too excited to jump into the news. But Matthew Vaughn, the director for Kingsman, has called Superman a quote-unquote beacon of light in darkness.
What? Okay.
Is he directing Superman?
Yeah, well, he's been tipped to direct Superman. The next Man of Steel 2. I think I spoke to you maybe last week or the week before about Matthew Vaughn potentially coming in, and I don't know, he works for what he's doing now.
Yeah,
which is like the Kingsman universe and hyper-realism. I'm not so sure if he jumps into like a comic book hero movie.
I can see him doing the action scenes quite nice, but I'm not sure what tone he's going to use to set in the movie.
Yeah,
because Supermans are normally serious and not
like
so
moody.
Yeah,
because he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders.
Kingsman's on the other hand is, even though they're heroes, they're like lighthearted and something stupid always happens.
They're just dudes.
Yeah.
All right, next bit of news. Wonder Woman seemingly has been confirmed for the Flashpoint movie.
Oh, there's going to be a Flashpoint?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
sweet. That's
so
nice.
back in earlier this year or middle of this year, it was supposed to be the Flash solo movie, but now it's been retitled to the Flashpoint movie.
Okay.
But it is about the Flash.
Yeah, it is about the Flash, and like just as we discussed a couple of weeks ago with Del, and he said put Wonder Woman in everything because that's like their saving grace. She can fix all this that they've made. So yeah, I think they're listening to Del.
Like he's right.
Yes, we should do what Del wants. All right. Next bit of news from the DC camp. I showed you guys this poster made by an artist who recreated the DCEU posters with the animated universe counterparts, and it looked. I don't know.
It's similar.
That's really similar.
Here's the
They
thing,
did a
though.
good job.
Like, I'm looking at the Justice League poster, like the actual poster for the movie that's coming out, and then I'm looking also right next to it the animated counterpart poster, and I prefer the animated counterpart poster
Because it's not, it's what you expect from a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's like Power Rangers, it's like side by side.
Oh, there he goes.
It's true.
Yes, yeah.
Justice League side by side.
Power Rangers coming out.
So it works like that, but I'm not sure if it works for the movie.
Yeah. I mean, Justice League is coming out in November,
Yes.
so we're looking forward to that to see what is his name? The director who stepped in for
His face.
Marvel dude, Avengers guy jumped in because the director for Justice League cannot.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer guy.
All right.
The director.
Oh, okay.
For all those things. We just can't remember his name.
We're just tired. It's just hot.
It's so hot today.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Up next, early Justice League audience reactions. Epic.
Epic. Oh, wow. Okay.
That epic. What?
Yeah, so apparently Warner Brothers has been holding private advanced screenings of their superhero ensemble, Justice League, and the verdict on the film that brings together the DC Comics' most iconic superheroes is epic.
Okay.
What else are they going to say?
His name is Joss Whedon.
Yeah, there you go, Joss Whedon.
Okay.
Are you looking forward to Justice League, John?
Yes, I, as a DC fan, yes, I'm looking forward to it.
But so far you've been disappointed with the DC's cut.
Not for Wonder Woman.
Yeah, except for Wonder Woman.
That's because she's a woman.
Yeah, jeez, damn. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Justice League the movie. Why? Because it's like the first time where the founding members of the Justice League are gonna meet, and I would like to see how they'll play it out into the cinematic universe of DC.
Oh yeah, okay.
So yeah, because they did it in a different way in the comics and in the cartoons, so it'll be a new thing, I guess, to see it in the cinema.
Okay. As a DC fan, would you want it to be just Justice League or Justice League of America?
Oh, I'll still go with Justice League. Just Justice League.
Okay, fine.
Would you be disappointed if it was not the same as the comic, or
Would you be pissed off, John?
Maybe, because with BVS they took it to a very different path. So yeah, hopefully they won't, not mess it up, but take it to a different level, I guess, or a different path. Yeah,
can different be good?
sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is turning into a John interview.
Yeah, because he's a DC fan, right?
Yeah. I think you're like the first DC fan apart from Dell.
Del?
Yeah.
Oh really? Oh hi Del, what's up?
He's not here. All right. We spoke a bit about Matthew Vaughn, who's the director of the movie that we're talking about today, which is Kingsman 2, The Golden Circle. And he's everywhere in the news this week. Now, Matthew Vaughn had plans for a Young Wolverine movie.
No.
I wouldn't mind watching that, but provided they have the right guy for Wolverine.
Yeah.
Maybe they just do like the whole movie with Hugh Jackman, but just de-age him like for the whole movie.
No, that'll be wrong.
Why?
Because it'll just look weird. This guy's old. He's not supposed to be this young.
But when you say young, how young is young?
Well, it doesn't say here. It just says younger.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Maybe like when he was like 10.
Oh,
Because like we had like the Wolverine movie, which showed his origin, as a kid, and he had the bone claws,
Yep.
and then it was him and his brother Sabretooth, and you see them fighting alongside with World War One and World War Two, and then like the Korean War, and then the Vietnam War. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm not sure which part of like Wolverine's life they were gonna do a movie on.
Oh, okay.
But it might have been interesting with Matthew Vaughn style. Maybe.
And I want it to be Tom Hardy.
Huh?
To be
a young Wolverine?
Yeah. Any part. It doesn't have to be young Wolverine. Like,
oh, you want Tom Hardy to replace Hugh Jackman as
Wolverine.
Okay.
Yeah, that name has come up a number of times, and we'll see what happens. Now, sticking with Marvel news, Joss Brolin, who is set to play Thanos in the MCU, he's also Cable for Deadpool 2.
Yep.
And he promises that Deadpool 2 will be laugh intensive.
Oh, nice.
Because
Deadpool.
what else is he going to say?
Yeah, because he's in it.
Yeah, he's in it. He's playing Cable.
What?
Do you think they'd work together well? I mean, I'm guessing they do. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, and then you have Josh Brolin as...
I've never seen Josh Brolin do comedy, though.
Huh. Comedy, no. He does play parts which have a comedic effect, but as a all-out comedy, no. He's more of like a serious actor.
Maybe he's like Samuel L. Jackson, funny. Like
he's so serious to the point where he's funny.
Yeah,
maybe.
Mm.
I think so too. Maybe. A bit of Funko Pop news here. All right, Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn has been immortalized in Funko Pop form.
John's gonna collect that.
Yeah, so you can now buy a Funko Pop figure, which is James Gunn.
Okay.
Entitled like Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, just James Gunn.
Yeah, but there's a series. Is it the?
I'm not sure. It doesn't say. It just shows like the little Funko Pop here, but it does not say where it's from.
Okay. Is it an exclusive?
It's a limited edition.
Oh, okay.
Only at the New York Comic Con convention.
Oh, no. That's
You gotta go there and ask for a signature, John.
That's gonna be expensive. Or I would just go to Chatuchak.
All right. Okay, we're stepping out of the DC and Marvel tussle this week. Did you guys know about this movie called Mother?
I think you've talked about it.
Yeah.
Is this the Jennifer Lawrence
yes, correct. Jennifer.
Okay.
I spoke about it because the trailer came out, and the trailer sort of seemed to set this movie up as like a thriller / horror, because there were quick cut scenes of blood and scares and this and that. Apparently it's not. And this movie is pissing off audiences to the point where they're complaining of false advertising.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's been revealed, and I've watched some reviews online, and I've read some. And it's a movie about God and Mother Earth, and it's really weird. This Darren Aronofsky film, the same guy who did Black Swan.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, Black Swan was weird, so
Yeah,
this
and
is bound to be weird as well.
going on that, Jennifer Lawrence is happy that some audiences despise or they really hate Mother, because she says that she likes the fact that it's a movie that you like or you hate. There's no middle ground. It's all right.
Okay.
So did anyone like it though?
Yeah, you have some critics who are like, this movie means so much because of this, because of that, and what XYZ. And then you have some that go like, I thought this was a horror movie. I was fixing up to be scared, and it's just this thing, and it's all abstract, and yeah.
It's all confusing, like the Black Swan.
Yeah. Yeah, never mind. Did you guys watch the Tomb Raider trailer?
Yes.
The
Love
first
it.
trailer. I'm excited for that one. That looks good. Now, Alicia Vikander, who plays Lara Croft, I think she's got the chops, because we talked about this on the podcast in our early episodes, where a photo from the set came out, and she she fits the part.
The new Lara Croft.
Yeah.
Not the old one, the new one.
Not too top heavy.
Yes. not triangle shapes. But I've been asked. I asked a few friends who were not Tomb Raider fans. They were like, "It just looks like any other trailer." So like, no,
that would hurt
you're
people.
not. You don't know what you're talking about.
But that's what the trailer's supposed to do.
Yeah, but I think the trailer is trying to attract more of the gamers because it has a lot of
Like stuff that you've
from
seen
the
in the game. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's true to the game, unlike some other movies that were from video games.
Even her grunt sounds the same.
What?
Even her grunt. Like, when she...
Okay.
Okay, never mind.
Okay. You study grunts.
No, because they actually what's that word?
Compare.
No, they separated that sound. They set it aside.
Okay.
When she ran, when she
jumped
jumped
the
across.
cliff.
Yeah, when she jumped across, then she used that ice pick thing.
Yeah.
Then she did the grunt. Then it sounded the same like in the game. I'm just saying. Sorry.
Okay.
All right, Hollywood, be ready, because we have someone who notices grunts now. All right, Kingsman director Matthew Vaughn envisions a trilogy for the Kingsman franchise. It's sort of set up in this second movie, which we are talking about today, and also will include maybe spin-offs.
The Statesman.
Yeah, Statesman, or maybe some other villain who we haven't seen.
Asian. We want to see an Asian Kingsman.
Huh?
Like
what?
Because Kingsman's based in Britain and Statesman's based in the US. I want to see like maybe a Chinese
Emperorman.
emperor. Yes, I don't know.
Or how about African? The tribesmen.
Yeah, sure. If you want to see African,
I think that's borderline racist, man.
Oh. Hi.
not all of us are tribal.
Yeah. All right, next bit of news. It's nothing to do with Matthew Vaughn, Marvel, or DC. It's to do with the Terminator franchise, franchise which I'm a big fan of. And there is going to be a 6th movie, which is in the works. And Arnold Schwarzenegger has already announced that he is involved. We don't know how. We don't know to what capacity. I don't think he'll be playing the T-800 again.
He's a producer or something.
Maybe, or maybe he's getting involved in like the origin story. I don't know. Linda Hamilton, who plays Sarah Connor in the franchise, will return to this 6th movie.
Which one is she?
She's the one
Part
from
2.
Terminator 2. In Terminator 1, she was
okay.
John.
Okay.
She was being protected, and in Terminator 2,
she has a kid.
she has a kid.
Yeah,
Yep.
John
Okay.
Connor.
John Connor. Yeah, so she's coming back to the franchise. She's been sort of missing ever since like the 90s. But good news
So
for
is
fans.
the kid.
I don't know. The kid won't be a kid anymore. The kid will be a man.
Yeah.
Who?
But he has been missing.
You mean Eddie Furlong?
Yeah.
He he appeared in like some indie films and then some lower profile films.
And then he got stuck with...
His most notable work after Terminator was American History X.
No idea.
If you've never watched it, well, you should. It's actually eye-opening. Back to more news from Matthew Vaughn. He says that he would like to direct a Fantastic Four movie.
Oh.
Yeah, I can see him doing that.
Yeah, is this guy like at this point in his career where he's like, I want to do this and I might want to do that and maybe that. This is like a uni graduate who's like sending his CVs everywhere and he's like, I can do this.
But so far his works are not bad.
Yeah,
I like him.
In the Kingsman universe.
Yes,
like
and I can see like Fantastic Four being almost similar to that type of environment.
Really?
I don't know. Well, they have a guy, the comic relief. They have like some serious people in it. Sad.
In Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the Thing and Human Torch. Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a point
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
but then
there's some banter.
Yeah. So I can see how he can be good in delivering a Fantastic Four movie.
All right, so now you have to choose. Do you think Matthew Vaughn would make a better Fantastic Four movie or a better Young Wolverine movie or a better Superman movie? Because now he's sort of thrown his name out there for all these three movies.
Fantastic Four. I would like to see a good Fantastic Four
Finally,
movie.
right?
Yeah.
I'll agree with you, Tim.
All right. I don't see anything to argue with you. Right? Okay. Now, we had some news over the last couple of weeks that the director for episode 9, which was supposed to be Colin Trevorrow,
Yep.
has dropped out of the movie due to conflicts with Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy and Disney. And they've reined in JJ Abrams, who directed The Force Awakens, back in to direct episode 9.
Okay.
Now, Paramount, the studio, is not happy about this because that's where he sort of made his mark initially as a feature film director. And the execs are not happy because, they had plans for Abrams apparently stretching all the way to 2020. But this sort of puts everything on hold once again because as you may or may not know, JJ Abrams rebooted the Star Trek franchise.
Yes.
He did a couple of he did one Mission Impossible movie. I think it was like 3 or 4, and then the 2 Cloverfield films, that was his as well. So he's been attached to Paramount for the longest time, and then Disney sort of picked him up and said, okay, you can do a Star Wars movie. And then now he was supposed to sort of start doing
some of the movies.
Paramount movies again, and then because of the shift of Colin Trevorrow just not being let go from the project, and then you have and then JJ was like, okay, I'll come back and do episode 9.
Okay.
Big Star Wars news. Last bit of news for this week. The Last Jedi, which is the episode 8, which is due in December, has finished post-production.
What movie again? 8. Oh, episode 8.
Star Wars episode 8, The Last Jedi, coming out in December, has wrapped up post-production, meaning that
it's basically ready.
Yeah, I think that
it's just marketing,
just final touches in marketing, and then the press junkets and whatnot. So it wraps up post-production. How, on a scale of like 1 to 10, how excited are you to see the next Star Wars movie?
15.
8.
So we have TV who has 8 out of 10.
Realistic.
And then you have John who's just overflowing.
I'm trying to contain it. That's why I'm staying silent.
If this was a cup, it would just explode. Like, give me now. I'm at a 10.
Okay.
10 out of 10. So the cup's full.
Okay.
You're not gonna do the Wonder Woman news from last night?
Oh yeah, okay. There was okay. This will be the last bit of news. It was I just read the headline and I read the article and it just made me laugh. I told Tibby about it last night,
and I laughed,
and he had a good laugh.
Okay.
And we're gonna see John's reaction live on the podcast.
Okay.
There is a petition out, and it has over 20,000 signatures.
Okay.
For the writers of Wonder Woman to make her bisexual.
Oh, okay. Whoa. Damn.
Nothing's wrong, but I just can't.
Ooh. It's getting hotter here.
But you would want to see a scene of Wonder Woman with another woman, right?
G2G? Yeah. Why not?
I mean, in some ways, I don't want it to happen, but
But okay, basically in the comics, she has actually been bisexual with I forgot who, but yes, because
Was it like she was experimenting?
I guess so. Well, maybe I guess so.
Was this during her college years?
The timeline I'm not so sure, but yeah, she did that, and it was.
I just. Oh, you know what? I'll see it regardless if she turns bi or straight. I'll watch it.
Well, that'll be a good thing to also maybe to go with the community way of thinking now, I guess.
The whole LGBT movement.
Mm.
Yeah, but she's like a classic comic book character.
Yeah, but because if I'm correct, they're doing that bisexual thing to the new gen Wonder Woman.
I guess if DC really wants to get hip and get a lot of
That's one way of doing it, right?
that's one way of doing it. Like Disney was with the Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah. And, I mean, but it was a very quick one though, like at the end. But it was sort of suggested throughout the movie. But we only got a confirmation at the end for that 1 second. And that caused a bit of controversy. How much controversy do you think this would stir up if it actually,
certainly not going to be showing in some countries.
Oh yeah,
like here?
Maybe no. Beauty and the Beast was here. I think Malaysia was.
Yeah, Malaysia was
not
the one that
showing
did it.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, that's true. All right, we're going to pose that question this week to the listeners. Now, if you would like to let us know what you think.
Would you like Wonder Woman to be bi? Mm-hmm. Or not?
I don't know where I sit on this. I'm like on the fence.
Same. I don't want it to happen, but I also want to see it happen.
I don't mind going both ways.
All right, so that's the news this week. If you'd like to get in touch with us here on the show, you can do so via our Gmail account, which is thewayangcrew@gmail.com. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we're on Twitter. And you can get in touch with us there. Now we're going to move on to the next bit of the show, which is our movie review this week, which is a review of Kingsman 2.
The Golden Circle.
The Golden Circle, that's right. We just watched this movie
3 hours ago, I think.
Yeah, a couple hours ago, this afternoon. And let me start off by saying that I think this movie was better than the first.
Which is true.
I like the first one better. I mean, it's not... I'm not saying this is bad, but I just like the first one better.
For me, with your comparison, I like the villain in Kingsman 1 better than in Kingsman 2. But when it comes to the whole storyline, action, I would still go with 2.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, okay, let's just say I like it equally now.
Okay, for the listeners out there, just like a brief summary. We're not going to spoil anything just yet. We will do a spoiler review a little bit later on. But essentially what happens in this movie is that we hook up again with Eggsy, who is the main character from the first film. And now he's like a full-fledged Kingsman. And then all of a sudden, the Kingsmen are taken out by the villain, Julianne Moore. We see this in the trailer. And she's part of this big organization, and she's evil. Mm-hmm. And then all the Kingsmen are gone except for Eggsy and Merlin, played by Mark Strong. And they hook up with their cousins from America called the Statesmen. The Statesmen are the Kingsmen equivalent.
Yeah,
in the US.
Yeah, in the US, they're all cowboys. And they have to take on the baddies. Now, there's a couple of twists in this movie which we'll speak about in spoilers. And the big reveal through the trailers was that Harry, Eggsy's mentor, the one who pulled him into the Kingsmen, is still alive. Yep. And I had a big problem of how this was gonna make sense, but I just
because he got shot in the eye.
Yeah, he got shot essentially through the eye in the head.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that in spoilers. What else do you have to say about Kingsman 2, The Golden Circle?
I'd say the characters are likable. I don't hate any of them, even though they were villains. The action scene, as mentioned, was top notch. Like, it was so interesting, and the comedy is so good. There's no downfall in the movie. There's no dull. Sometimes in the movie, there's always this one point where there's nothing.
There's like a lull in the middle.
Yeah. So this is always there's always happening.
Something
Yeah,
interesting.
this
happening,
this movie was like 2 hours and 12 minutes long.
45 minutes, I think.
Yeah, it was quite a long movie, but I did not feel
Yeah, I didn't realize it.
But there was this guy who was sitting back,
who was sleeping and snoring,
Okay.
and it was annoying.
this is how loud he was snoring. He woke himself up.
Whoa.
He was like, yeah.
Well,
So-
it was Sunday, so maybe he was tired.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it was like John just finished
Yeah.
working.
Yeah. John, like, what did you think of this movie?
It was good. It was good. It's not a download. Kindly watch it in the cinemas. And yeah.
Never download. What do you
Yeah,
think?
never download.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know.
we do not condone
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
anything. Yeah, watch it in the cinema.
Yeah, watch it in cinemas. Then it was really good. There were lots of good scenes. Some that were, what's that word? You can't explain it, but it looked cool in the movie. But yeah, comedy was good. Actions, the camera
the camera angle,
the scenery
shots.
was
yes, that was really
awesome.
good.
The you go into the movie 5 minutes and you're already like hooked.
Yeah.
And there's like action right away. So,
Action
yeah.
right away.
Yeah.
I've said, this movie I think is actually a good step up from the first Kingsman movie, where you got introduced to the characters, and then it was execs training and whatnot, and then in this movie he's already a Kingsman, but then you see the Kingsman organization being taken away from him. So it's just, he needs help now. Like he's not some super agent and he can do everything by himself. He actually needs help. And like what John mentioned, like the action scenes were good. I would have to say that if you are gonna watch this movie, you have to do what you did for the first movie, which was, you know what, this movie you have to throw all logic out the door. Not okay, maybe not all, like 50% of logic you have to just sort of discount and say, yeah, okay, fine.
This is not the real world, so this is possible in their world.
It could happen.
It's not Fast and Furious bad,
No.
Yeah.
but it's halfway
halfway
there. And they're like you mentioned the first scene, which was the first sequence where it was you thrown right into action, and then you watch it and there was this one scene where you're just like,
Yeah, that's not gonna happen in real life.
Alright.
That guy's gonna be dead.
okay. I think we're gonna move on to spoilers. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I think that the way. Okay, wait. Before we go into spoilers, this is a spoiler warning.
Yes.
If you do not want to be have this movie spoiled for you, don't listen past this point. We'll put the time codes in the description so you know that from this point on it's a spoiler review.
Stop listening right now.
Stop listening right now, or jump to the next time code, which is the next segment.
Yeah,
All
you
right?
have been warned.
Yeah, I've been warned. Okay. First up and foremost, Harry, which is played by Colin Firth, which was the mentor to Eggsy, is back in this movie, and he died in the first movie. He was shot in the head through the eye. And in the trailer, you see that he's back. But when I saw that trailer, I thought, wait a minute, he's back. How are they gonna pull this off? Like, because if they did it wrong, you would just sit there and go like, what, is he a clone or is he a twin brother or what is this? But the way they executed and they explained how they got him back, they revived him. And just for the listeners, since this is a spoiler, the spoiler section of it, the statesmen have
Alpha gel
technology.
the alpha gel,
with
which
nanites.
if you're shot and then they put this wrap on your head and they inject this gel, which is supposed to keep your damaged brain or organs like intact.
Yeah.
And then they take you back to the lab.
Then they use nanites.
Yeah, and they use nanites or nanotechnology to sort of
rebuild everything.
But he loses his memory
because it was such a bad.
Yeah, it was bad. It was quite bad damage to his brain that he reset it back to a point in his life where he was
not in Kingsman yet.
No, he was in the.
He hadn't even joined the army yet.
Yeah.
He
was collecting insects.
Butterflies.
Yeah.
He wanted to be
that scientific word which meant collect butterflies.
Yes, insert word in the description.
Okay.
But they explain it in a way where in that universe, if you heard it, it would totally make sense. Like you would not argue with it.
Yeah.
It was good. It was a good explanation.
I had a few problems though with the movie.
Like what?
Okay, one. Okay, they killed off Kingsman. Why they didn't kill off the Statesman?
Because they don't know about the Statesman.
That means she's not a really good villain if she didn't know the Statesman. I mean, she's gonna deal with the
No. There is an answer to that. It's because, she didn't know about Statesman.
Because she was dealing with the American president. She should deal with the American part of Kingsman, which is the Statesman, not take care of Kingsman.
Well, okay. How I would rationalize that is that the Kingsman maybe got more
closer
press,
to,
press, and because the villain, which is Julianne Moore, what's her name? Poppy. Yeah, she plays a character called Poppy, who's this worldwide super dominant drug dealer, and she runs the Golden Circle, which is a drug supply organization. She has a failed Kingsman recruit working for her. So that's how she knows that there's an organization called the Kingsman.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's how you explain that.
But I don't know. Maybe I just thought that she wasn't prepared enough to deal with the Statesman.
Okay.
But then, okay, I guess so. So what happens in this movie is that you have Julianne Moore, who's the villain, and she has this master grand plan where she designs the drugs whereby once people take them, they are infected with some sort of virus, which only she has the antidote.
Yeah.
And her main aim is to
make them as her hostage.
Make them her hostage, while telling the U.S. president that you have to legalize drugs and it will become a legitimate business and you can tax it, because she's apparently pissed off that she makes a lot of money, and you have
But she doesn't get the recognition.
Yeah, she doesn't get recognition.
Yeah,
so this villain's weird because she wants recognition. She doesn't want world domination.
She has money. She doesn't need more money.
Yeah, she has robot dogs.
Yeah.
Which were
Elton John's in this.
Elton John.
Elton John is good in this.
Elton John's in this movie, and we're introduced to him as a hostage.
He's the entertainer for Poppy.
Yeah, because she's holed up in this area in Cambodia. Where she has her own little poppy town. Because she's a child of the 50s, and she has set up her own chocolate malt shop, her own beauty salon, her own theater, and it's all 50s themed. And then she's in this diner, and she's lonely. She has no friends, and
Elton John is her only entertainment.
Yeah, Elton John's kidnapped because we see a headline like a newspaper clipping. Elton John missing or something, and as it turns out, he's there with Poppy
being kidnapped
as an entertainer for her, her enjoyment.
Yeah.
We're gonna right from the beginning when we're introduced to Poppy, they tried to sort of demonstrate how sinister she is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Warning: if you were planning to have a meal after this movie, and that meal was a burger, don't watch. Change your plans and have noodles or something.
Yeah, don't eat burgers the whole day. Because I ate burgers before watching the movie. I felt like I want to throw up. So don't eat burgers the whole day if you're planning on watching the movie.
Yeah, because the scene is where she gets the new recruit to tip the old recruit into the meat grinder, and then she
makes burgers out of the meat.
She makes burgers out of the meat, which was the old recruit, and then she says, "Here, I cooked this for you."
It looks nice, right?
Looks nice,
but just even the scene, the burger scene, the camera moved from the burger to the meat grinder where the leg was still sticking out. So that was gruesome.
What else? What else in this movie? It was good.
And I have one more question. How did Harry knew whiskey was bad?
How? Because he saw that. For the listeners out there, whiskey is one of the statesmen, the U.S. the U.S. equivalent to the Kingsman, and they're on this mission to find
The
antidote, which they found one of the locations, which was somewhere in
Italy,
in the Italian Alps, I guess, at a ski resort. So they go up there, and then XZ manages to get one vial of this antidote, and then they end up in the rendezvous house, and then
there was a scuffle,
and then all the bad guys are coming with their guns, and then Harry sees whiskey or Agent Whiskey. Instead of like saving XZ and pushing him aside, he whacks the vial from the hand.
Yeah.
And the shot sort of shows that. So it was from that point on where you get Harry sort of like, I don't trust him. No. We've got a double agent. Yes, that's a spoiler. Agent Whiskey.
Yeah, Agent Whiskey. I wouldn't say he's bad.
He's not a double agent. He's in it because he has his own personal reasons why he would rather all these drug addicts just die after taking.
I wouldn't say he's bad. He just has his own exactly.
His own agenda. Yeah, his own agenda, and you sort of. When he's explaining it, you sort of like sympathize a little bit with him. Like, okay, I understand why you're doing this, but you gotta die.
And I like him. I like Agent Whiskey.
Yeah, his lasso.
Yeah, which is like a laser lasso.
Yeah,
it's like a lightsaber, electric lasso, which can cut anything.
Yeah.
What I like about the Kingsman franchise is that they have the ability to come up with like really out of the box, out of the norm kind of weaponry. Like in the first movie, we had the mummy chick with her sword legs. And then in this one, you have the statesman guy who has this electric lasso, and you're like, wow, that's actually kind of cool. Julianne Moore has robot dogs. I mean, the robot dogs were kind of stupid. I don't know. I just didn't believe that they were as dangerous as they were portrayed to be.
They had drills for teeth.
Yeah, that was scary though. It was grinding.
I just didn't buy it.
Okay.
I really don't know.
I have one thing to say though. If Poppy is as sinister and as rich and dangerous as she's perceived to be, wouldn't she have like better defenses around her base?
She was hiding.
Yeah,
and she had like those mines around.
Yeah, but
I'd rather have an army.
Yeah, but one, you probably have an army. Two, why not invest in like some super high tech, gantry guns or something?
She liked dogs.
Yeah, the only defense she had, apart from like her, 12 guards, was like the two dogs, and that was it.
The surrounding mines.
The surrounding mines, which is a little bit of like a touchy subject here because Cambodia is actually known to still have mines, active mines, from conflict. And
exactly, that's what I'm saying. That she didn't really plan this well. She didn't take into account statements. She didn't have an army.
You know why? Because she's a businesswoman.
Yeah, but she should watch at least Narcos.
No, because then that would sort of break the dimension. Because then Agent Whiskey is in Narcos.
Oh, that's true.
We haven't talked about Channing Tatum. He's in this movie as well.
Yeah. But he wasn't really involved.
Yeah, he's missing for most of the movie because
he smoked weed.
Or whatever
it was.
He took drugs, and it was
he was infected.
Part of these infected drugs, and he's not a bad guy. He's just a good guy who
he's wild.
Is a bit wild, partying guy. And we see that in this movie where even one of the U.S. president's aides, or was it the vice president? I don't know. She like had the blue rash.
Yeah.
I don't know. The president in this movie, I think they were sort of trying to insinuate that he is
Trump?
a hyper realistic version of Trump and how he handles things and the things that he might say. And then I like how it ended with the president is impeached.
Oh, okay. yeah.
All right. Anything else about this movie?
There's one more. Wait, I already said it.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, apart from that, I think it was alright.
Yeah, go and see it. It's now showing in local cinemas. I think all of them. So yeah, it's a good time for the family. Don't bring maybe bring your kids.
It's a bit gory. Depends to you, I guess.
It's a bit gory and language.
Yeah,
there
you
is
see like body parts being split up.
Yeah, but it's done in a way where it's not like it's like It's not that bad.
My friend was gagging. Just Joe was gagging.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it depends on them. But so maybe don't bring your kids because this is definitely an R-rated movie.
Yep.
What's your rating for this movie, Tibby?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. All right.
8.5 out of 10.
8.5. Are you sure?
Yes.
You want to change that answer?
No, it's okay.
No, you sure? All right. John?
I gave it an 8.
8 as well?
Yeah.
Oh. You sure?
Yes,
You
sure.
wanna change that? I actually really enjoyed this movie, and I'm going to give this movie a 9.
9?
9 lassos out of 10.
I gave the first movie 9.
But you just said like earlier on that it's equal.
Yeah, but then I explained why I didn't really like it, and then I said, you know what, I changed back, so it's 8.5.
You can't back. What the hell, man? This is like a legitimate show. You can't.
So let's make things straight.
Yep.
8.5 for this one, 9 for the first one.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to?
No,
All right. So that's our review, non-spoiler and spoiler of Kingsman 2, The Golden Circle. If you'd like to get in touch with us on the show, tell us what you think of the movie. Get in touch with us via our Gmail account, which is the Wayang Crew at gmail.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as well. Now, the next segment of the show, which is something we like to call...
Oi, apa liat-liat? Apa liat-liat? Hoi, 看什么看? Apa liat-liat? Apa liat-liat?
那看什么看?
Apa liat-liat? See what see? 笑了.
Yep, it's Apa Liat Liat, which is essentially what we're looking at or reading or watching besides the movie we're talking about this week. TB, Apa Liat Liat?
I started watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine last night. I think new season is out, season 4 on Netflix. I'm not sure if it was out quite earlier, but on Netflix it was out recently.
I think I stopped watching it like season 2.
I don't know. I just like Adam. What's his name?
Andy Samberg.
Andy Samberg. He's
just dopey.
Yeah. So far it's alright. I mean, I'm still at episode 1, but I think I'll finish the season sometime.
All right.
And also, I read up this comic you introduced. Well, you didn't introduce me. You were just telling me, it's like, did you know there's a Power Rangers and Justice League crossover comic? I was like, what?
Yeah.
So I googled it up, and it was interesting.
How many issues are there?
There's actually 12 issues, but right now there's only 5.
5. They've released 5.
Yeah, they've released 5.
Okay.
Yeah, it's based on the original Power Rangers, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Is that their full name? Power Rangers.
Trini is in it, Zach is in it. So it's basically from the original members.
Okay.
Okay. The one in the 90s.
Yes, in the 90s.
Okay. Is it any good?
Yeah, if you're a Power Rangers fan like me, yeah, it's good. I don't want to spoil because I'd rather you guys read the comic. But if you want to see Alpha 5 become backside.
What?
I wanted to say, never mind. If you want to see Alpha 5,
be a badass.
yes.
We can say that on the show.
I'm just a vague line.
Okay, all right, okay.
If you want to see Alpha 5 become a badass, read the comic because he became huge.
But he's all like,
Yeah, cause, I'll just spoil it, whatever.
Yeah.
Lord Zed has the power to make his monster large.
Yeah.
So one of the Power Rangers caught the ball where he throws to the monsters to enlarge them and asked Alpha 5 to keep it. But then one of the villain was talking to Alpha 5. It's like, why are you helping these Power Rangers? You're just smart. You don't have any power, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, this time I want to help. So he broke the ball thing and then he grew large. So he was fighting a large monster. So
how long does it last?
Well, what do you mean?
Like
I'm not sure.
All right.
Maybe like 10 minutes.
Because it seems like 10 minutes. All right. Does it work on like your whole body or just like?
I really don't know.
Because it sounds like Viagra.
It's just a super Viagra. Instead of just one part of your body, it's the whole
body.
thing.
Okay.
It's Mighty Morphin Viagra.
Yeah, so if you like Power Rangers, read Google it out. There's some copies online which are already released.
Okay, all right. Is that it?
Yep. that's
Okay, John, apa liat? What have you been watching?
Oh,
It. He has a list now.
yeah.
Whoa, look,
Yes.
he's like this is like 100% improvement for last week.
Yeah, last week he was
Alright.
trying to Google.
Well, I binge watched the Million Yen Women
Yes,
in
same.
5 hours.
Whoa,
He binged everything from episode 1 to the end.
Yeah.
it took me like a week.
Oh no, I
Took
didn't
him a
know.
day.
Yeah, and one shift.
Wow.
Wow.
One sitting.
Yeah.
Okay.
One
shift.
Don't tell
sorry.
anyone you watch stuff while you're
What the?
Okay, so what did you think of Million Woman?
Oh, please watch it. It's really good. There's one thing which I just don't understand is that why did all the women get attracted to that one guy, the main character?
Yeah, because
It just shows me that, come on, man.
I mean, don't you think it's like a good thing for us normal people, like guys like me can have?
But I need to be in the situation where women will pay me 1 million yen a month and they will stay with me in that situation. Then it will be fair.
John, you have to understand, like, there's the TV world, and then there's
Real
our
life.
world.
Yes, I know. I would like the TV world to be my world now.
just the part where a girl says they like you without you liking them first. Oh, that sounds sad.
Yeah.
Okay, what is happening?
I'll just stop there.
What else have you been watching?
I also finished GOT 7.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
Yes.
All right, I have not watched any of season 7. I have them ready to go, but I just don't have the time.
Oh, but this has been like the best season compared to all of the GOTs.
Okay.
Because like the word epic, yeah, I have to use the word the epic because like everything was happening all at the same time. Like, can I do spoilers or?
Yeah.
Maybe
I mean,
since
you can talk a little bit about
It's
it.
been a
yeah.
while since.
Yeah, I mean,
GOT
GOT has been out and it's been done. So
Yeah, it's like this is like where the three major figures of GOT, meet.
Daenerys, Jon Snow, and
Cersei.
yeah, Cersei.
Then Daenerys, they meet. Then she shows her full power with her dragons. Then the Night King does his javelin throw. Wow, that's crazy.
Did you binge this as well?
Yes, I did it. And also one night.
there's like 10 episodes.
No,
No,
seven.
Seven. That's like
times-
7 hours.
Yeah.
7
No,
hours.
7 hours and 30 minutes.
You
because there's one
are-
episode that's 1 hour
Oh my
30 minutes.
god.
You are a legend. There you go.
I don't have game stamina, but when it comes to series, yes, I have that stamina there.
What else do you have stamina for?
Hey.
running, right? Running.
Running.
Hopping.
I just need my buffer, so
Right.
we can do better.
You watching anything else?
Yes, I just started watching the Marvel's Defenders on Netflix.
What do you think about it?
I'm on episode 4 now.
Is it good?
To tell the truth, the first 2 episodes is quite draggy.
Yeah, because they lost me at like episode 2. Like
Yeah.
it's not going anywhere.
But when it comes to episode 3, that's when. Can we do spoilers here?
yeah.
Okay,
I mean, it's out.
Oh yeah, because the Black Sky, who is Elektra, she comes back. Then she meets up with Matthew Murdock.
Okay.
They fight in I think episode 3 or 4. That's when he knowing Matthew Murdock, he's blind, so he doesn't know that it's Elektra until he smells her, I think. No, because that's his sense. He can't see, right?
Hashtag creep life.
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
she's dead, right?
Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah.
Then he
Oh yeah, she's brought back.
Yeah, she's brought back.
Okay.
That's why she's the Black Sky. Then, this time, like Matthew, the Daredevil, he couldn't really say that it was Elektra because he couldn't hear her heartbeat.
So it was like he was unsure.
He was unsure
Okay.
until one point at
She was
episode
smelling
4.
his hair. I mean, her hair.
Yeah. Until like episode 4 when they actually confronted in another fight. They had a one-on-one fight, and he actually confirmed that it was Elektra. Then
Does she talk?
Yeah.
she has a few lines.
Yeah.
Okay.
She does talk in this franchise. I mean, in this Marvel's Defenders.
Okay.
She ends up talking. All right. I guess I might continue watching it. We'll see. Anything else, or that's it? Because I see you have a list now. So
This the last one on my list. I watched the movie The Layover, the one with Alexander Daddario and Kate Upton.
Who's Alexander Dario?
The Layover, isn't that like a comedy?
Yeah, it's a comedy movie.
Yeah.
The one Alexander Daddario. Pete Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
The one,
Peter Jackson.
I think so. No.
Thor.
Percy Jackson. Percy
yeah.
Jackson. The one, the god, the mythical one. She's the
Main
daughter
character.
of
You watched it
Athena.
because of her, didn't you?
Who?
Kate Upton.
No, Dario.
The Layover.
Yeah.
Alexander Daddario.
I know
Okay.
him so well.
Those eyes, man. Damn.
Is it good?
It's just a one-time watch.
So it's not good. He's just watching for the fact that Alexander Dario is in it.
Yeah, it was funny at some points, but at the same time, it got ridiculous. That if I were in that position, I would do something else. I would make a better decision. But yeah,
Okay.
that's me.
All right. This week I have been watching or letting. Same as you. I finished Millennium Woman. I think it's good. Although the ending, they could have stuck the ending a bit better. It felt rushed towards the end. But yeah, if you haven't watched it, go and watch it. There's a new show that's out now. It's called The Orville.
No, I haven't.
Okay, it's kind of like a Star Trek-ish kind of show, and the guy who is the main character is Seth MacFarlane. The guy who does the voice.
It's a series.
It's a series, yeah.
Okay.
It's like an hour-long, 45-minute, 1 hour-long series. They're up to episode 3. And it's actually like worth watching. It's like a Star Trek for the new... Star Trek TV for the new generation. Although there is a Star Trek coming out and, you know, it's going to have Michelle Yeoh and all that.
So a lot of people not liking Michelle Yeoh as the cap.
Yeah, I don't understand
didn't know that.
Yeah. But yeah, the Orville is out. It's Seth MacFarlane's brand of humor. So there are jokes in this. And I've been catching up on Rick and Morty.
Oh yeah.
Which season?
Season
Three.
4.
Oh, there's 4?
Oh no, so season 3,
right?
and they're up to episode 8 now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's good. Trust me.
I'll wait to binge.
I don't know. I'll try and force myself to watch it.
All right, we're not about on the Wayang Crew. We're not about forcing anyone to watch, but watch it.
Okay.
All right, I think that's it for this week.
Yeah.
That's the show. That's the show for this week. If you'd like to get in touch with us here on the show, you can do so via our Gmail account, which is of course the Wayang Crew at gmail.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so you can get in touch with us there. And I think that's gonna be it for this week. What are we doing next week?
The Foreigner.
The Foreigner.
Is doing about the Jackie Chan movie.
Oh, that Jackie Chan film where his daughter's killed in a...
Yeah.
Isn't this a Jackie Chan versus Pierce Brosnan?
Probably.
Oh.
So we have Who Am I versus James Bond.
Yes.
Right. Okay. That's going to be it for us this week on the Wayang Crew. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.